You're listening to the Traffic and Funnels Show.
What's going on, folks? This is Alan, producer of the TNF Show. In this episode of the podcast, Taylor and Chris cooperatively take a few questions surrounding protecting yourself from a business partner, who the business serves, and their individual whys. Join our podcast subscriber community by visiting trafficandfunnels.com/subscribe to get a free gift from us and also to get access to special deals on our next level paid products. Pre-order your copy of Chris and Taylor's new book, The Consultant Next Door, by visiting trafficandfunnels.com/CND. That's trafficandfunnels.com/CND. All right, let's get to the show.
I think it's probably more likely it's like we wake up and Chris is like, I just want to take a break or something. We don't really, the insurance for a good relationship is communication, not necessarily contracts. Now, Chris Robinette would probably disagree with me on this because he loves to talk. But I don't know that me and Chris have the same philosophy about business partnership that most people do. I'm less interested in protecting what's mine via contract, and I'm more interested in, if Chris feels taken care of, he's probably gonna take care of me too, and vice versa. So it's like, for us, if he dies, I'm gonna take care of his family. He knows that. So there's not a lot, he's gonna take care of my family. There's not a lot of like, let's wrestle over contracts. Does that make sense? What we do have though is like, let's say Chris wakes up one day and he's like, man, I just don't want to work anymore. I think I'm at that place where I want to retire. You know? Okay, well, let me buy the business from you. You know? Or vice versa. Like, he's a teenager and I'm just like breaking down and I can't handle it anymore. So we have buy-sell policies in the business that we could trigger or transfer to aid us in buying that out. So Chris has a $40 million whole life policy that's attached to Evans & Welch, and it's fully funded. Well, that's a lot of money. So at that point, we can just assign him that whole life policy, and I don't have to come up with any cash. Make sense? When we take equity partners, we set this all up for and with them. It's too much to get into teaching it. You understand it because you own mobile homes, and for a lot of people it's like overwhelming. Like, what do I do? When do I do it? So that's a perk of like, we have equity partners in the room. It's like we're setting these policies up with them, and it's a pretty good gig. Any other questions on this?
Let me ask you a question. For everybody here, when's a good time, or what level of their business is a good time for them to start looking at this type of thing, to start putting it in place?
Chris?
I think it's, especially in America, we're not educated financially. So I think it's really valuable to start learning about this stuff ASAP. Not necessarily trust, but just understanding money and cash, right? And that gives you a good foundation on what to do with the money when you start actually creating it. So also understanding your season that you're in. Are you in a season where you are becoming good at creating cash flow, right? I think that's fairly easy to do, simple, especially in today's world. The difficult thing, where very few people understand, is how to keep that cash, right? And then how to make it more productive for you, again, without a lot of energy and effort.
Hey folks, we'll get back to the show in just a moment. We wanted to give you a quick opportunity to learn about some fabulous ways to get additional value from the TNF Show. Hang tight, we'll be right back.
I want to give you something that has made me millions and millions of dollars. In fact, I'm releasing a new book here in the next few weeks, and I'm about to give you the opportunity to pre-order it for just 99 cents. But for the opportunity, I want to make a deal with you. Nothing is more insulting to me than this knowledge-hungry culture that consumes, but never implements. So I want you to make a deal with me before we go any further that not only will you pre-order the book, but you'll read it and implement it and share with us how it works for you in your own business, in your own life. And as a gift, I'm willing to trade you for over 30 hours of private information, private material we've taken our clients through. These are things that have thousands and thousands of case studies behind them. You can do that by pre-ordering. You can get the bundle if you pre-order that includes over 30 hours of material that we've really never shared outside of our private client groups. And you have until December 6th to do this. The book is 99 cents if you pre-order it. It's a steal of a deal. Millions and millions and millions and millions, at this point, probably over $100 million tracked back to this material. I'm not allowed to promise anything, but I can promise you, you will enjoy this if you implement it. And I want to give you everything you need to make sure that this is a viable investment of your time and your money.
Pre-order your copy of The Consultant Next Door now by visiting trafficandfunnels.com/CND. That's trafficandfunnels.com/CND.
So a lot of times we feel like we have to be a service to the business. Should be the other way around. The business is meant to serve me and what I want to achieve. For myself, my family, my people, right? Whatever it is, whether it's impact, whatever. You want a lake house, whatever. But a lot of times we give so much service and homage to the business, and so we get emotionally attached to the business, and then we become slaves to the business. So when you change that perspective, I think it gives you a healthy perspective. To where, is this serving my vision? Is this serving where I want to go? If not, I'll just get a different vehicle, I'll just change it. So that's what I would say, dude. And then the other thing too is that I think it is ignorance for people to say, oh, you have so much time. You don't. Who knows, right? Who knows how much time we have? And so it's important to live today to the fullest. Being a person who, I think, we misunderstand our value as entrepreneurs and business owners. Like, you guys are literally superheroes. Like, your ability to create impact, income, revenue, jobs is not common. And so if you attach a common value to it, it's not appropriate. So you understand that your value to the marketplace is massive. Enjoy that, appreciate it, and go all in on it. Who knows how much time we have? Live today to the fullest. And it's hard when we're just so concerned and worried about, oh my God, what's gonna happen tomorrow? Am I gonna get enough leads? Right? Don't pay so much honor and service to that. The whole thing about getting leads and sales and clients is to serve you, your purpose, and why you're here on this earth.
They're going to be a little bit different. Chris is in a different season. His kids are, older. I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. She's a year and a half. We're going to have more kids. But it's still about what we can do for people. And one of the things that Chris said that I love is like, remember the pecking order. Like, your business is to serve, not necessarily for you to be a slave to the business. And I think you should remember that for your employees too, because we talk to our team all the time, making sure that if they're working at our company, it serves their vision. And what happens when you get people when it's not aligned with their vision is you burn them out. I think we're very motivated by the fact that our team is coming up. Like, this is weird maybe, but every once in a while I'll ask Tommy how much he's making money, and it lights me up. Remember I asked you that a couple weeks ago? I was like, oh, dude, better buy a new house. Like, I'm like excited about it. It's exciting to us to, Taylor comes in and he starts working at Wealth Cap. I track Devin's revenue. I know how much she's making. I get excited by it. That fills me up. I don't think it does with Chris too. So our whys are like, we're helping people, not just you guys, but our team is like their lives are getting richer, not just in money, but in other things as well. I'm like, dude, let's go,
Yeah, I think for so long, we've talked about this before, but I think people operate in certain modes: survival, thriving, impact. And I think the role of abundance and the ability to create is impact. That's enhancing other people, whether it's my team, finding what they love, where they can impact. How can I go all in on that as an investor, right? Just having abundance is not just to go get another mansion or an exotic, because there's no longevity in that. The service of that is very short.
Well, I think exotics are pretty cool. But
I'm not against exotics, right? One day I might get a Rolls Royce, we'll see. But, God, you threw me off.
sorry, man, you just hated it.
It's not just about exotic. It's not sustainable.
Yeah, it's about impacting other people and enhancing other people's lives. And so for us, a lot of that right now is at a place where it's our teams. Because again, that creates more cap space for us to scale that enhancement impact to just the populace.
Thanks for listening. For more from Chris and Taylor, visit trafficandfunnels.com and get a free gift just for being a subscriber. That's trafficandfunnels.com.